Photosensitivity warnings in every language. That's definitely something that Cruelty Squad probably could have used.
That's one of many things Cruelty Squad could have used.
Actually, come to think of it, if they had a photosensitivity warning, like seizure warning, it probably would have been a seizure in and of itself.
It would have made a mockery of the idea of a seizure warning.
Yeah. So how much do you recall of late 20th century history, and how much do you think this is lining up?
I try and forget all about it, mainly because it was there. But I don't remember much of this happening, like with the Yep, pretty sure drones weren't a thing then.
Definitely not. It's a lot of turmoil in the world.
Yep. There's bits like, yeah, Balkan War was a thing. No, they didn't.
Yeah, Korea's still separate currently.
Yeah, no,
Russia's having a bad time beyond just the fall of the Union.
Okay, that one's probably true.
Yeah, maybe happened a bit earlier there than it did in our time.
Bit earlier, kept going.
Yeah. That sounds not at all concerning.
I mean, colossal failure of common sense might as well be the tagline for humanity as a whole.
Yeah, just, no matter how history differs, it'll always stay the same. Clearly. We're finally back after over a year with a new Let's Play. It's Wanted Dead, the game that I feel has most personally vindicated my desire to see Devil's Third never die.
The torch still shines.
The fire still burns. Holy shit, yes. It's me again, Arclight Borealis. Kaboom is back.
Hello.
Yes, this game. Holy shit, yeah. Wanted Dead. The dark horse pick for 2023's Game of the Year. In a year that was already pretty stacked with all kinds of amazing games. You know, like, if you were into something that year, chances are it had you covered. And for me, I was definitely covered on this end as far as weird, niche, unique games that were likely to be misunderstood by the general public.
It's almost like that's all we ever cover.
I mean...
No, please, deny it. Go on. Yeah, that's what I
people
thought.
appreciate Steel Battalion, although no one's ever able to play it, so...
Yeah.
Alright, fair. Yeah. But yes, Wanted Dead, The Devil's Two-Thirds. I'm never going to stop talking about Devil's Third. You people can't make me, because there is an actual connection between these two games right here. As the brief history lesson to how this game came about, this is the game that is a brainchild of a Swedish company that started up a few years ago called 110 Industries, by some crazy people that got the idea that they need to fill in a very noticeable gap in games coming out these days, and that is filling in the space for, I guess you could call them, AA production type of games. I tend to go with kind of the old standby of calling them B games, but I guess D3 Publisher kind of fits that a lot better. So
yeah, it's whatever. There's AAA games, and then there's a big drop-off to, the handful that you can call AA, like Senua's Sacrifice. And then it's basically, everything else. Yes.
And in order to, make this work, basically, the idea of Wanted Dead, as you'll find, what they had in mind was to have a game set in Hong Kong with a somewhat cyberpunk-influenced retro tech world, where you play as a war criminal turned cop who wields a katana and a gun.
I'm not saying the idea for this came up by what was invented when, the scenario planner was 15, but there's a lot of overwhelming evidence just from that description.
Also, not too dissimilar from another game that had come out almost a decade ago, where you played as like a former war criminal, well, not turned cop, more like a special agent who wields a katana and a gun.
Black Ops kind of, yeah. Like some people just really love a theme to the exclusion of everything else.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of tattoos on both of them as well.
Oh, yes. And the ultimate badass that has ever lived. I'm guessing. I'm going into this almost completely blind.
Yeah, because with that similarity in mind, 110 Industries made the smart decision getting off the ground with this game ideas and some of their others that they're currently working on, deciding to collaborate with Japanese developers. Specifically, they found their first collaboration in the form of Soleil, a team that was formed by ex-members of Team Ninja from the good old days, the Itagaki years. They were also the ones that made Devil's Third.
I wonder who they brought with them.
Yeah. Surprisingly, Itagaki was not around for this production as Supreme Advisor. He'd already left on to... Well, we're not going to talk about that right now. It's best not to. Yeah. But that's why you can imagine the concepts being so similar contributed to 110 Industries deciding to give Soleil the opportunity to make this. Because I made mention at the end of my Let's Play of Devil's Third, after showing how that game was meant to be played and that it actually had merit to its core mechanics, that Soleil had tried to keep its multiplayer concept alive for years after the fact, with stuff like Devil's Third Online, and then like a rebranded Devil's Third that was called something completely different, called Rockshot, and like neither of those stuck around. So like I'm pretty sure I said at the end of that Let's Play that like it was basically dead. I'd effectively given up hope on it. And then, literally a year afterwards, at TGS, they were like, "Oh yeah, Soleil is working with this Swiss company, and they are making this game called Wanted Dead, and it looks suspiciously like Devil's Third."
And everyone went, "Huh, that's weird."
And I was like, "Yeah!" And only me. And I do not care what anyone else says. That's why I'm excited about showing this game. Obviously a whole year after it came out, potentially waiting on a whole bunch of patches to come out because it did have a bit of a jank at launch. Some of it's fixed, not all of it. But at this point, who cares? Because the rest of it is like this is why I'm excited for you to be on for this one, especially Kaboom. Like even more so than Devil's Third, which was its own brand of insanity.
Yeah.
but I think when you see this in action, you and I will agree that, like, if this were in any other medium, particularly film, this would be, like, prime candidate material for a best of the worst episode.
Okay, then. Couple of predictions.
Yes.
The dialogue is going to be Hollywood B-movie as fuck. The action and carnage is going to be so stupendously over the top that I'm going to be saying what the fuck at least twice a video. And it is going to be the most Itagaki as fuck game that he has never worked on. His shadow will loom long over this game.
I think that last point might be debatable. You might want to swap it maybe more with European. Maybe the most European Japanese game you've ever experienced.
Oh, it's kind of like the reverse of that thing where, like, the Japanese have a very specific idea of America and how it works.
Yes.
Oh,
and
boy.
in this case, oh man. Again, I keep mentioning the importance of, like, 110 Industries being involved with this. Like this rando company from Switzerland wanting to make AA games to spice up the industry landscape, and they certainly did.
and they achieved a thing? Question mark.
I mean, they're clearly going to achieve more if the rest of their projects haven't been canceled yet.
Yeah, from what I understand, that might be a rather big if.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's still time left in 2024 to see if footage for Vengeance's Mind is going to come out anytime soon. But that's for another time. Right now, I think you all have a good idea of what to expect from Wanted Dead, which is to say very little. So let's just dive straight in.
Intro was quite stylish. It was going for a thing, and I can respect that. But can't wait to see how they shit the bed.
Surprisingly, it's on it and everywhere. Not just the bed. Somehow it's out the window.
Oh, God, it's in my hair.
Before starting the game, you obviously have to choose your difficulty, ranging from Neko-chan to Japanese hard.
You know, there are just way too many jokes I can make about that, and this is like the first 30 seconds of the video, and I don't want to get you demonetized, so I'm just going to keep them for now.
We're not playing Japanese hard, even though I could have. The main reason why is because I did not practice anything before recording this footage, so I kept it on normal to be safe. Now anyway, who has seen Cyber City Oedo 808?
Oh, I have, me.
Me too. Not the Minion Tank Police, though. I still haven't seen that yet.
I recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mentioned those two in particular because 110 Industries CEO Sergei Kolobashkin, the one where this game is essentially his brainchild, mentioned those as key influences.
That's about all I know about it. And gotta say that on the one hand, kudos to the guy for knowing his references, but those shows weren't exactly known for their overwhelming quality.
I mean, animation in Oedo was fucking great.
Oh, 100%.
You got my attention.
The dub was art.
The dub was for Oedo. The manga video one was a thing of beauty, and I will not hear its name be besmirched.
No pro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
So naturally, we are starting with like the same opening premise, where our main character is getting the option to either continue living out, continue their life sentence, or join the police on a special task force to hopefully pay it off faster. And then we flash forward God knows how many months since then, with a hair dye job, and chilling at a diner. Welcome to the zombie unit. This game's music is something special. So we got our cast right here. These four rough and ready special task forces.
I have some eggs, beans.
Our main character, Hannah Stone,
make a 4 slice.
who's
No
getting the
fight.
mother of all
Definitely
breakfasts.
fight. A few pancakes on the side, some syrup, banana milkshake, coffee with cream.
And yes,
Please don't pour
her
anything.
actress is Swiss. Her name is Marie Zimmerman, and that is reflected in the character's backstory that she actually is from Switzerland.
Make it Irish.
Yeah, remember when you could just like order alcohol in diners? Oh wait, no, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever, this is weird.
Yeah, he's deaf. I remember hearing something about that.
Not deaf, mute actually. So he can mouth his words, but in case people aren't good at lip reading, he does hand motions to try and like better convey what he's trying to communicate. And apparently it works on everyone. Apparently they are able to figure out exactly what the fuck he's motioning.
You know,
I will say it's kind of impressive that their motion capture is good enough to actually like
I'll have some more.
allow him to sign properly.
Yeah, Doc. Take it easy.
Yeah. Quite a dysfunctional group, you know, because you got a Swiss woman as the captain, you got a mute, you have a womanizer, and you have the most bored-sounding doctor who is voiced by Sergei Kolobashkin, the CEO of 110 Industries. Sergei, God bless you for making this game. I love it. Never quit your day job.
You absolutely insane lad.
In order to justify its current market valuation, investors need to take a big
Like
leap
you
of
can
faith
see just with all like the
that
dialogue,
millennials
the
and
setting,
later generations
the fact that
will
we
keep
have
full
a
ownership of the
Stephanie
synthetic
Houston singing
and
a cover
opt
of
instead
Kiss's
for
Sure Knows Something
reliance on
muffled in the
orthodox
background.
substances.
I was trying to work out what the song
It
was because it
continues to
sounded
be used
familiar.
As a
Yeah, it's
convenient supplement.
like a lot of the vocal tracks are all like a mix of original and covers of existing songs, to kind of give that. Like this game has the feel of like the times like in the 80s, early 90s where you had like some foreign director coming to America where they have like dreams of like making a like their own action movie like the ones they see in Hollywood, but they don't quite have like the talent and knowledge to fully get how to make it work, but
Yeah,
they do it anyway.
Not everyone can make a RoboCop or a Total Recall. Sometimes you make a Samurai Cop.
Yeah. For real. And it's even the sort of thing where, like, because of that, the fact that Hana is voiced by actual Swiss actress, and that, like, and she's speaking all of this in English, it's like, I can't even fault it on being, you know, like, it's not fake.
Yeah.
So, and God bless her, she is trying her best. That rather than trying to be like, oh, that she's, like, someone of a different nationality, it's like, no. That is her real accent in universe.
Yep.
It lends an authenticity you don't typically see.
So we're not getting to spend all our time at the Rockabilly Fetish Cafe?
No. We'll be back there another time. But we got a brief gameplay tutorial to give you a preview that, yes, this is a video game.
Yes, you're actually going to have to play this game at some point. Can't just stare at
And
the
it's
waitress.
fun. Yeah. That waitress as well actually has like her own backstory that isn't really elaborated on outside of except for like a music video that was made in promotion for this game.
God, there was another game. I can't remember what it was, but there was another game where every NPC had like super ornate backstories and right down to like the waitress and all that. But
Yeah.
you know, like there was never any art book or anything released for it.
Mm-hmm. So, gameplay as you're seeing here might be looking a bit familiar. Well, I guess almost. We haven't gotten to, like, the actual guns part yet, but we got melee combos. You know, like, you can guard and parry, which is definitely something that you could... At least the parry and deflect was something you couldn't do in Devil's Third. But the effortless switching between third-person melee action and third-person shooting, that's definitely Devil's Third. That is in here.
Yeah, our guns actually more useful in this one compared to Devil's Third.
I'd say they're the same level of like usefulness. This is ultimately a game where it is like the more risky play is still to get up close. As you'll find, I think like with this game, there's less guns surprisingly, but also that's in conjunction with the fact that you only have one melee weapon, and that's the katana.
Yeah.
It's focused on a lot fewer tools in order to give at least like more utility to them. Because you've been occasionally seeing me whip out a sidearm.
Yeah.
That is a weapon that you do not manually aim. You just press a button and you automatically shoot whatever is in range.
Yeah,
and
just
it acts
really
as a
taking the granular details out of it so you can focus on punching people in the face.
punching and shooting in equal measure. Is like it's like they both have very clear uses that you know, like as I always have kind of described this after looking at the footage in depth during the preview phase and actually playing it, like this is the same high concept as Devil's Third's gameplay, but the low-level execution is wildly different, and you'll get to learn a bit more about why that is when we get into the next video.